Greetings, America. My name is Daniel B. Giovannoni, and I am going to be a candidate for the presidential election of the year 2028. Recently, we've had another mass shooting in Virginia Beach with last time I checked, at least 12 dead. First, I want to extend my prayers and best wishes to the families, friends, and co-workers of those who didn't make it home. And it brings up something that I want to kind of talk about that's going to be fairly important in the coming years, and we'll probably end up getting more and more publicity over this. What I'm talking about is gun ownership. Alright, first I want to make it very clear that I have owned guns in the past. Currently I'm not. But yes, I have owned, fired, and done all sorts of things. I'm not really a hunter. I don't like killing animals, but I know how to. I know, and I would be able to if I needed to. Now, I believe hunting, or even just shooting for fun, like going to a shooting range and shooting bottles or targets, do it. Go ahead. Keep your guns. It's when you start pointing them at other people that we end up having a problem. And it's not the gun that's the problem. I could easily take a knife and stab somebody. Almost as easy as I could just walk up and shoot them. Sure, I might not get as far or get as much of a body count with a knife, but it's just as easy. So we're not looking at the true problem here. The true problem is not the guns. Now, do I believe that someone should just own an AK-47? No. I think if you're going to shoot an AK-47, you need to be able to go to a registered gun shop, shooting range, and rent one. I think that would be perfectly fine. Do I think you need to take an AK-47 out hunting? No. You shoot an animal with an AK-47, it's going to destroy the meat. That's a big bullet. So, like I said, I completely agree that as Americans, we need to have our guns. That's become, at this point, it's become part of our identity. Okay, so the world makes fun of us for it. Who cares? One of the biggest things that we need to teach is how to properly use and safely handle these weapons. I personally have gone through hunter training. I know the ins and outs of hunter safety. Now, granted, this was a few years ago, but do what? It still applies. I know how to be safe with a rifle, handgun, or any other sort of gun. So, we also need to look at, because if you ask me, you have to be criminally sick to commit these atrocities. If I were to say just like own a pistol sitting right over here, sure, I know I could grab that pistol and probably kill everybody in this building. But I wouldn't. I know better. My moral compass says that's bad. These people who do this, their moral compass says, oh well. So we don't need to be looking at the guns. If we get rid of guns, we might as well get rid of knives and forks and cars and horses. They all can kill horses. They can all kill people. They all can be used to kill people. But it doesn't address the main issue. What's the problem up here? We need to take a closer look at that. Not just taking away guns, because it's been shown in other countries that it doesn't work. People will find a way through the black market. They'll smuggle it in by the thousands, and gun crime may actually rise. When I was living in Wyoming, there was not a single Wyoming sheriff, when they were talking about, okay, we'll get rid of guns, there was not a single Wyoming sheriff said, sure, I'll go to people's doors, knock on, and say, hey, give me your guns. We won't do that. We're not going to go to armed people. We know they're armed. We know they have guns. We're not going to go to their house and say, hey, hand them over. Not a single one. They said, you want to do it? You can send in the military. Military says, we don't want to do that either. Those people have guns. It's something that is inbred in Americans at this point. To get rid of it would be to get rid of part of our soul. We need to keep our soul as intact as much as we can. But I believe that if we look at the main problem, we can get this fixed. It may take a while, maybe not even in 2028 or 2032. But I know that with your help, we can get started on fixing the main issue. Once again, I want to send my prayers, love, and wishes to the families, friends, and coworkers of the victims in Virginia Beach. And this has been Daniel B. Giovanni, and I hope you all will come vote for me in the year 2028.